so hard it will go around, seeking his prey.
He comes from a planet very far away.
Bigfoot does not exist.
We're flying into a hole in the sky. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It's sucking us in.
The limits of the third dimension must be transcended by negating the forces of duality and ascending into unity.
Our system known as
The Creepy and Weird Podcast, brought to you by Hippie Steve.
Look at that one, bmac. Wait, you're not going to tell me we're recording? Ah, jeez. We're not taking any other takes here, man. It's hot. So, fuck Charlie Manson. I snatch him out his truck, hit him with a brick, then I'm dancing. Welcome to Creepy and Weird. I am your host. I mean, you just got a rhyme at the beginning. Do I need to do more rhymes? Making my dimes, doing my crimes. See, you got more rhymes there, so what the heck? But, yeah. Thank you for watching another episode of this podcast. I am your host, Hippie Steve, the one, the only, the never phony, the real deal Holyfield. There, you got a little bit more there. And of course, I'm with my main man, the man with the plan. He's the tower of power, the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour, bmac. So, just chugging along on this train of the absurd. You digging this little flowery black background here? We're trying to change it up. I got a few more that I'd like to use. This is courtesy of my grandma, so thank you, Grandma, if you're watching. She supplies me with things. She actually does reviews on Amazon with good old Jeff Bezos. Such a jabroni, I don't even remember his name. But he's has the courtesy enough to kick my grandma down some of these backgrounds. There was a background that was a little bit more manly, but you know what? I'm in touch with my feminine side, my anima, if you will. So I don't mind the flowers. I don't mind tiptoe through the tulips. Come on, man. Nobody likes Tiny Tim? You just remember him from that movie, freaking, what is it called? Insidious? He was a great performer. Gotta watch his interviews on Howard Stern. Back in the day, they were great. But we're not talking about Tiny Tim. We're talking about, well, I don't want to get into the subject quite yet. This is going to be a pretty thick one, folks. This is thick. It's got dumps like a truck. But, you know, we keep on keeping on, riding this train of the absurd until the wheels fall off, baby. You know, it's like I said, it's just me and bmac, and, you know, I got nothing else as far as my whole debauchery goes for openings, so let's continue. I do want to bring up a concern here. Been seeing some folks that have been starting a conspiracy theory that bmac, conspiracy theory about you, that you're not a real person, that I am screaming into the abyss when I speak to you. Now, I can understand this, but you know what? These are conspiracy theories, and we don't tolerate conspiracy theories here on Creepy and Weird. We just don't like that sort of stuff. We don't condone it. You know, just in case anybody's listening, Mr. Bezos, Mr. What was that nerd from Microsoft? I forget his name, but, you know, we don't want them to shadow ban us or demonetize us, even though we don't make any money. But, you know, we want to at least build a structure here. You know, we got to build it one piece at a time, like the good old Johnny Cash said. So, got to mind our P's and Q's. And, you know, I mean, this isn't even a joke. You know, I despise conspiracy theorists. No, we have no time for people like that. People like Alex Jones. When was that guy ever right? You know? Enough said about that. But anyway, you know, I am taking exception to the fact that people don't think bmac's a real person. Not that I don't have the creative endeavor to kind of just scream off and talk to somebody who's not there, but he is here. And the thing is, bmac, he's a real reclusive person. He doesn't want to show his true identity. And no, this isn't like a Mr. Beast Delaware situation. Remember Mr. Beast? Seems like the guy's doing all right. I don't know what's going on. I won't say the word, but I think, if you catch my drift, people like that, they don't go away easy. Oh, Mr. Beast, you want to come at me and destroy my empire? Go ahead. But I'm going to keep capping on you. Why am I talking about Mr. Beast? No. This is about bmac and why he doesn't want to show his face. And, the thing about bmac and his backstory is, he's had past affiliations with certain intelligence agencies. He's concerned about showing his face. It's understandable. bmac's a little connected, I'm not going to lie. And, I decided, against bmac's wishes, let's go ahead and show some old pictures of him. Now, of course, I'm going to be kind of doing this in a way to where we're not fully showing what he looks like. We're doing like a artist composite sketch of what bmac looked like. Kind of want to go through the times. So let's go back, way back, to when bmac was actually, he was, kind of a sort of off the grid type before his days in the intelligence community. And here is a photo of bmac when he was he's living in a cabin out in the woods at an undisclosed location. So let's pop that up right now. Yeah. Now you see where I get my sunglasses idea from. From my understanding, he was the bomb. So, let's not get it twisted, son. But then, as stated, bmac was saved by the intelligence community. And this is another artist rendering, or whatever the heck you want to call it, of bmac in his prime when he was, getting coffee for some guy named Mr. Cheney, first name Dick. Not that that's affiliate, connected. I don't know. I'm getting tongue twisted. Sorry. I'm getting better. Lay off. All right. But here is a picture of bmac when he was clanging and banging in Virginia. I think it's out in Virginia. Langley Falls, I believe it's where it's at. So here's a composite sketch of him back when he was doing that. Yeah, that's a clean-cut fellow if you ask me. I don't know. I think I could trust that guy. But now bmac enjoys his days, apart from being the producer of this great podcast, as a certain U.S. senator in an undisclosed southern state. Yeah. Enough said about that, the better. So you could put two and two together on that. And, we're connected here on Creepy and Weird. So you know what? I'm going to demand this right now. Like, subscribe, comment. Or you may just be put on a list. And I don't think you want to be put on that list, my friends. So start liking this podcast a little bit more, even if you don't like it, because, your social credit will just plummet if you don't like us. Because we're in charge. It's a big club, and we're in it. Dear God, I wish that was true. But, that's enough of this jibber jabber. Let's put a zipper in the chit chat. And let's just sit back and relax. Get yourself a beverage, maybe some snacks, because this is going to be a long one. No, not a long one, actually. We'll see how long this goes, but I don't think this is going to be any longer than maybe even our last podcast. I'll be surprised if this went 30 minutes. So we'll see. I never really have a big layout as far as how long these are going to take. But this is a subject that is... Whew. I don't even know where to begin, to be completely honest. So, let's take a look here. Because I got my notes here. You know, gotta have notes. So you gotta know what you're talking about. You gotta have your format. You know, we're kind of like a story here, kind of like a hero's journey. You kind of have to have the beginning, middle, and end, and you know, your call to action, and then you run into the old wise man, which I don't know who that would be, but we haven't found him yet. And so I got my notes, if I haven't mentioned that already. So this subject is going to be, as the title suggests, what the fuck is going on at CERN? You know? Has anybody ever really thought about that? I know there's conspiracy theories out there and all that, but we don't get into conspiracy theories here on Creepy and Weird. We're just going to cut the fat and get into the nitty gritty and just look into this and, you know, what's going on? What's going on with this CERN thing? Because the more you look into this CERN thing, the more it looks like, you know, might not just be some science going on here, but there might be some, I don't know, some magical with a CK practices going on. And let's get into the rigmarole on that for sure. So, what exactly is CERN? Well, CERN is known as the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Now, CERN and European Organization for Nuclear Research doesn't necessarily add up as an acronym, but I believe CERN itself is translated from, I think, Swedish. So whatever, you know, European Organization for Nuclear Research means in Swedish, which I would imagine would be like Hinga. I don't know if that's even the right place, but I wanted to pull out that one. That's what it stands for. And it's the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. Are you following this, bmac? You know, it's going to be a test afterwards. And I want you to pass with flying colors, my brother. Because we need to understand what's going on in this CERN place. Because, yeah, we're going to go into why I think we need to pay a little bit more attention to this. I don't think this is just scientists riding scooters around and having fun. I'm not anti-science by any stretch of the imagination. That's not a joke, but come on, man. Once you look into some of this, you're going to wonder, too, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? I don't know how many times I'm allowed to say the F word. I don't want to get demonetized or shadow banned, but yeah. You know, so as stated before, CERN, god damn it. I lost my notes here. Did I mention I have notes? Let me get my notes back. Stupid computer. They're watching me right now. I know they are. They're messing with where I'm at, trying to get me all fumbly and bumbly. But as stated, CERN is the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. So this is some high-tech shit. Forget your iPods and Tamagotchis. Can your gadgets and doodads accelerate particles? Well, CERN can. CERN can. CERN can do a lot of things. And a lot more than any of us are capable of doing. Rest assured on that. So what exactly are these nerds at CERN trying to achieve? And I know nerds might be a little bit derogatory, but trust me, as we go on, you'll see they deserve to be called a little bit much worse than just nerds. Nerds is kind of a, you know, compliment at this point as far as I'm concerned. The official statement from CERN is to advance human knowledge by studying the fundamental particles that make up the universe. That sounds fine and dandy. I could appreciate trying to uncover the mysteries of the universe. I mean, hell, one time I took LSD and hung out with a cat all day. And while looking into this beautiful creature's eyes, I realized why the Egyptian gods treated cats as... sorry. I'm a little disturbed here, folks. So I'm going to get a little fumbly and bumbly here. And I want to tell this story about me being high on LSD with a cat. The cat didn't take LSD. I did. Let me make that very clear. Never give your cat LSD. You shouldn't take LSD either. But while I was flying high and I was looking into this cat's eyes, I realized why the Egyptians treated cats as gods. I mean, this cat looked at me like, oh, now you're on my level. You know, and I'm looking at him going, yeah, I guess I'm on your level there, kitty cat. So, yeah. What were we talking about again? Oh yeah, CERN. And exploring the mysteries of the universe. And seeing why cats are really gods. But even though God spelled backwards is dog, which I think dogs are kind of gods as well, but cats are undoubtedly gods in my opinion. Especially after my little endeavor with the ergot fungus. Because there's a fungus among us. But, yeah. You know, I hate if I'm sounding all jumbled. I know I probably sound jumbled on every other single podcast, but God. BMAC, I'm not going to lie. This subject has got your boy all twisted up. It's almost like CERN is extremely complex to prevent us, regular day citizens, from knowing exactly what is going on. But yet again, that's a conspiracy, and we don't tolerate that kind of behavior here on Creepy and Weird. Alright, but I just don't know anymore. I don't know anything anymore. You know? It's like, what are these freaking people that are hinga-durga-during it in CERN? What are they doing? What are they trying to achieve? Because they're using some big boy words there, and if you know anything about word salad, kind of get lost in the sauce, and I think that might be by design. I think. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Just some weird hippie guy with flowers behind me. So, CERN, folks, don't come knocking down my door and thinking I'm trying to, trying to reveal your nefarious activities, because I don't even think maybe your, activities are that nefarious. They could be. I haven't even gone through everything. So, let's get back to some of the facts as I know them about CERN. One of the most perplexing things about CERN is the fact that they have a statue. Now, what kind of statue do they have at CERN? Do they have a statue of bmac's hero, Dick Cheney, with a gun in his hand? It's a long story. No, they don't have any of that. What about good old Bob Hope with a golf club in his hand? Everybody loved Bob Hope. No, they don't have a statue of him. They have a freaking statue of the Hindu god Shiva at this facility. Now, why would hard-nosed scientists who cannot be bothered by all the woo-woo nonsense of, these different philosophies and religions, why would they have this Hindu god, a statue of it, right in front of their facility? It just seems weird, right? Maybe they're trying to be inclusive, and that's fine and dandy yet again, but yeah, come on, man. This is a freaking scientific facility. This isn't some, antique shop in, downtown Portland. This is, a place where you wouldn't expect to see a statue of a Hindu god. Let's just put it that way. And, yeah. This facility is dedicated to the advancement of science, I think. So, follow the science, people. Okay? Follow the silence. Science. I don't know why I said the other thing. So, let's take a quick look at Lord Shiva, as he likes to be called, and he is a dude, by the way, and see what he's all about. Maybe he's, a bringer of joy, coming on in with a basket of puppies and rainbows and all that fine stuff. I wouldn't be against that. So let me take a look and see what the good old Google pops up with their AI technology. Can't say AI right for some reason. By the way, if you're hearing rumbling out there, it's because I got air conditioning. It's cooling down here in the good old Portland, Oregon, but still a little too hot for me, especially when I'm wearing my beanie with my third eye. But I found it fitting for this podcast, since we are talking about sort of Hindu philosophy, if you will. And, third eye knows all. Oh, let's take a look and see what the good old Google, what the AI has to say about Shiva, Lord Shiva. Shiva is known as the Destroyer. Little drink break here, folks. Okay? It's a lot to comprehend. Not the clear water. I don't know what this looks like to you, but it might look like a beer. It's not a beer. It's a diet soda. So, there's that. But this freaking Shiva thing is known as the Destroyer. Now, it's known as other things as well, but the very first thing that pops up is the Destroyer. So at this CERN facility, where we don't really know exactly what they're doing, has a statue of a Hindu god, which the first thing it's known for is being a destroyer. It's the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join you, honey. Coming to join you. I love Red Fox. One of the most underrated comedians ever. If you ever get a chance to watch any of his stand-up, it's all on YouTube. God, I love him. Wash your ass. But anyway, we're not talking about Fred. We're talking about Shiva and CERN. Now, let me get more through my notes here. Did I mention I have notes? Gotta have the notes, man. Gotta know what I'm talking about here. But I hate to keep beating a dead horse here, but destroying shit is pretty concerning. Oh my god. bmac. Concerning. That's some synchronistic shit, man. I think I'm entering the flow state right now. Maybe that third eye is just... Ooh. Man. Concerning. At CERN. I'm concerned about CERN. I was a poet and I didn't even know it. Well, if you haven't already crapped your pants, get ready for some black magic satanic shit. Because in the mid-2010s, there was this footage that was taken at CERN. And let's just show you, just not the full footage, we'll just show you a little quick copy so you can see what I'm talking about. Do you see it? You want to look away? I don't blame you if you do. I mean, what the, don't want to cuss too much here, but what in the holy hell is that? I could say that. Hell's a place. What's going on? Now, I just want to make sure I emphasize the fact that when I say this is some black magic satanic stuff, I'm only doing that for entertainment purposes, folks. This is a paranormal podcast, but we're also allegedly a comedy podcast as well. So I'm just trying to be funny. No way, shape, or form do I think these nerdy scientists are practicing something straight out of Eyes Wide Shut. But what was CERN's response to this? Because this was brought to their attention and people were going, hey, what the hell's going on? What are these people doing? Because this is definitely in CERN. There's no question about that. So what's going on? Because it had to be fake. This had to be fake news. But no. CERN admitted that what we saw was real. But as they claim, it was just some bored scientists having fun, and even went as far as to call it a prank that went too far. Just a prank, folks. Just people trying to have fun. You don't want people having fun out in the middle of nowhere in a large particle accelerator performing some mock ritual. Just having fun, folks. Because, bmac, you remember, when we have to blow off steam, we always reenact various Stanley Kubrick films. Am I saying Kubrick right? Yeah, I think I'm saying Stanley Kubrick right. He filmed the moon landing, by the way. But, we always reenact his films. bmac, do you remember when I chased you around a creepy hotel with an axe? And it was all snowy, and I'm like, here's Johnny. You remember that? That was some pretty woke times, man. God, we had a good time. You know, or that one time when we ran around the streets of a dystopian future with bowler hats, drinking milk and causing havoc. I mean, that's just, you know, boys will be boys, right? I mean, come on. People just having fun, folks. People having fun. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. You know, and as I said before, I don't want to get the YouTube gods on my back and doing a shadow ban, but I just can't help but find this just a little suspicious. Just a little. I'm not saying that these people are practicing the occult. They're not doing some Aleister Crowley nonsense. But it's just suspicious, okay? I mean, they probably were having fun. And I'm probably looking into it too much, and I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist, because being a conspiracy theorist is like the worst thing you could do. You know, conspiracy theorists are just as bad as, you know, terrorists. You know, like Alex Jones. I mean, what has Alex Jones ever been right about? No. Is that good enough for you, YouTube gods? You fucking pricks. I don't care if you fucking demonetize me. I don't make any money. I don't care if you shadow ban me. Because we're all fucking dead. You know? Think about it, folks. And there's more I could have put in here. I know Billy Carson, if you're familiar with him, he has talked about how they are trying to develop like wormholes at CERN. And CERN's actually admitted, I mean, I think this was from the get-go, that they're trying to recreate black holes. And I don't know if you're too familiar with black holes, but there's nothing that could escape a black hole, not even light. So think about that one, folks. Think about the Destroyer. Think about Billy Carson. I don't know how you feel about him. I don't have an opinion on him. Haven't done much research. I know people say he's a grifter. I don't know. You know, but I don't know what else to say other than we're dead. I don't want to sound too grim. I'm sorry, folks. But, I mean, we're dead. We're dead. So, don't cry for me. I'm already dead. Trying to put a little layer of sugar on this very dark topic. Hopefully I didn't scare you too much with this, and there's more I could go into, but, you know, like I said, we're getting more into the conspiracy theory frame of mind on that, and, you know, that's just not what we do here. But this was just a little quick deep dive, even though we're getting close to 30 minutes of CERN, and not necessarily my concerns, but my observations of what the heck might be going on. I don't know. I want them to figure out the mysteries of the universe, but you know what? Get a cat, and get some ergot fungus, synthesize that, and you'll see what I mean. Maybe you don't have to accelerate particles and make black holes to figure out the mysteries. That's just a thought. Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that, folks. That's all I gotta say. So, I think we're done here. You know, when I mean done, I think, you know, I think the cuffs are going to come on good old bmac and I, but, you know, bmac has his connection, so he'll help me out, hopefully. Good old Dick Cheney will come over and with his, you know, gat. We'll be, because, you know, he likes to do that, I think. Oh, yeah. Well, until next time, folks, embrace the absurd and free your mind, and your ass will follow. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.